everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S., Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 563. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Mako-chan.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
And Ari is out tonight. I am going to assume he's a little tired from work, so he must have just decided to lay down for 20 winks and decided to do 200 winks instead, so.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude works. He works hard, so getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I can't even do that. Even when I used to get up for 5 a.m. for one of my jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he will be back with us next week as we talk about AAC. Looking forward to that. I'm still putting together the cosplays for that, and one of the shirts I ordered, wrong color, so it's going back, and I'm going to have to order the replacement shirt to have it shipped to the hotel. Ain't nothing new I've done before, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so how is everybody doing tonight?
Okay, I guess.
Meh.
Mako, when aren't you meh?
It's true.
Meh today.
Say what?
I'm dealing with increased allergies because of this weekend, so I'm
Oh,
Ah,
that's understandable.
fair enough. Anywho, let's get this show on the road before we derail to the point where I can't even kick the train back on its tracks. So, we are live tonight, week of October 11th, 2022, right here on Twitch TV. You can find us here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You can find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And you can find out more about them at that website. And they're also on Twitch as well. You can find them at Twitch TV/Vog Network. They kick things off on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And this week there was no OLR since the two of the hosts went off to TwitchCon. So I'm looking forward to hear their interesting stories on next week's show. And don't forget, we have a Discord. Hang out with us at network.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has a channel, so come through, hang out, and have a good time with us. So, works for me. So, anywho, we'll kick things off with Mako-chan with how was your week? How was your day? Did we just lose her?
I don't know. Mako, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. I just said, how was your week? How was your day?
Can you hear
Yeah.
Ranma? Okay.
I can.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so this weekend we were actually outside painting the house.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were painting the house, the maintenance guys were cleaning up the woods in the back of my house.
Yeah.
So they had a wood chipper running at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So I didn't get very much sleep.
So that explains your post. I'm just like, you don't get up to 10, 11 o'clock anyway, so what's the difference, you know?
Yeah, no, it it was really bad. It was really bad. So the woods behind my house, it goes up to a couple of different streets. So they could have picked any street. They could have picked any couple of houses to pull the wood chipper up next to. They pulled it up next to mine. So 8 o'clock in the morning, the wood chipper's going off. It looks great back there.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clean, but it sucked.
So I'm looking forward to see how it looks next time I come out there and visit.
Hmm?
I look forward to see how it looks out there next time I come out there.
Yeah, it's nice. So with that looking all nice, and now the front of the house, because the paint looking much better, it's actually not bad outside now.
So no plaid colors for the outside of the house?
No plaid colors, no. No, there are 3 areas that got painted. We painted the garage door. We painted the side panel. and then we painted all of the cedar shingles
Mm-hmm.
by the front door.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Cool, cool. Barry Mellon, how was your week? How was your day? And how was your month or two?
Yeah, I guess it's been a little while. It's been a pretty long time. It's been good. I have been doing a lot of work. I just have been keeping up with all my sewing things, and then also obviously being an ethereal being on the internet, it is very tiring on occasion. So keeping up with a lot of different stuff is definitely a recipe for burnout, and I have definitely been feeling that recently. So it's been a busy last few months for me. I got sucked into, I think the last time I was on here, I was talking about how I got sucked into an MMO.
Mhm.
That's definitely still a thing that's going on, because the game is supposed to be releasing content for the next, 4 years or so. So I wouldn't be surprised if
Now,
I am
that's
still
dedication.
playing it for a while.
That's dedication.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, it's a kingdom hierarchy, so like you have a lot of friends and stuff that you get to know on the game, and like you start to build communities and things like that. So a lot of it is community based. Definitely kind of like if anybody in chat has played WoW or Final Fantasy 14, there's like groups or guilds or whatever. And I definitely checked out Tower of Fantasy for anybody in chat who might have played that a little bit. It was pretty good. I still play it on and off, but I am definitely I'm a casual gamer, but I've
Mhm.
been pretty hardcore sweaty recently. So
and wait, and
um,
what game was this again?
it's called Tower of Fantasy.
Okay, all right.
It's another MMO style game, but it has less social aspects to it.
Gotcha.
Then as far as other stuff going on, there's just a lot. Like I'm never not busy now. So it's just kind of keeping a schedule and regularly making sure to take breaks and schedule something. Oh, I went to the Ren Fair. That was something I recently did,
Nice.
and that was super fun.
So were you a
I
bar wench this time?
bar I wouldn't say a bar wench, but I wore a corset. Yes, I just went goth. It was comfortable. Goth is comfortable, so I went goth.
See, again, it's just that I could see you as one of the bartenders in the medieval times, and then I could just see you hitting somebody with one of the steins for saying something stupid.
But no, it wasn't anything too crazy. I did like a gothic fairy thing because I had some wings or whatever. So I wore a corset and then some. This is the doctor. Well, this one in particular actually does have a time traveler's day.
Yeah.
And I do believe they have somebody who brings a TARDIS in. So if you were looking one to wear the doctor to, I believe it was Pennsylvania.
I've seen it at the Pennsylvania one, and I've also seen it at the Maryland one too.
I don't know if I've seen it at the Maryland. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it
was a while back. Seen it on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much. I went to the Ren Fair. I had a Scotch egg, and had a lot of fun. So it was a good time.
Good. So my weekend day has been saying, work's been pretty good. Can't complain too much. But, I guess for me, my con season's kind of kicking up and winding down. So I kind of feel guilty about taking time off from work for, to go to cons and stuff. But there hasn't been any complaints from my higher ups, so all is good. And to go back, Podculture says he always wanted to go to a Ren Fair dressed as the doctor. And he goes, I'm in Kentucky, it'll be a haul. Well, check out the local Kentucky Ren Fairs and do it, man. I have seen people show up in Star Trek and Starfleet uniforms. So I say, why not? Do it. And if you can get the right clothing, do like a medieval version of the doctor. That'd be kind of cool. So, work has been good. So this past weekend was New York Comic Con. And again, for the 8th year in a row, I did not go. I did not choose to go. I do not want to go. It's too crowded for me to be in there to go. So instead, I went to Japan Fest Street Festival. And the thing is, I have been missing this for like almost 2 years in a row because every time it's like I kind of know it's coming up, but then it always falls upon another event or date or something that I have to go to. So, and so what I ended up doing was I ended up going, and I got there late, but, I had some ramen, I had some yakisoba, I had some okonomiyaki. Granted, the wait was between 30 and 45 minutes per, a little bit less for a couple of things. But, I still had fun and I enjoyed myself. I did not get a chance to check out all of the booths or all of the foods, but, I really had a fun time. So I left, a little bit later than I expected, swung by Best Buy to pick up Bayonetta because they re-released it as a physical copy. So that's in my collection. And I spent half of Sunday not really trudging through the game, but going through it to finish the game so I can actually start Bayonetta 2. That way I could be ready for Bayonetta 3. And no, I have not finished Metroid Dread. That last boss is a pain in my ass. I might just restart the game and I might just do a new save in rookie mode just to go through the whole game. Just see how I feel about that. So, And to go back to our topic about run fairs, Sia DeBerry says, one of the costumers I follow argue that run fairs are historic fantasy regarding costuming, and you shouldn't judge how anyone dresses for it, which is true. And that reminds me of something. There was a meme that was floating around on Facebook a couple of weeks ago about, how did the turkey leg become part of the Ren Fair when turkeys weren't in Europe? And I clicked on the link, where the meme or the statement was. And I'm reading it, and evidently during the 1500s, that was partially true, but they put a bunch of turkeys on a boat back to Europe, and here you go. So, it works. Oh, man. Let's see what else we got here tonight. We got some housekeeping notes. Let me go ahead and update that, if it'll go through. Wonderful. So don't forget, episodes of Anime Jam Session are available in VOD format on YouTube at youtube.com/Anime Jam Session. Click on playlists and you'll see podcast VODs, and episodes are up Thursdays around 12 noon. If it's not up by Thursday, that means I forgot and it'll be up the next day. But given that I am going away for a con, and if I continue following my normal pattern, it should be up by Thursday. No problem. Worst case scenario, while I'm at the con, I remote into my main machine and start uploading it there. Okay, so let's see, what else do we have here? We have our list of upcoming conventions. We're coming down to our last 3 of the year. I don't think HallMat is happening because it's hard for me to find a hotel at the con where the con is being held at, because when you're pressed, you want to be at the con hotel. It makes it easier to shuttle equipment back and forth. So, but as of right now, we have another Anime Con, which is this weekend, October 16th to the 18th in Westford, Massachusetts. DerpyCon, October 28th to the 30th, East Brunswick, New Jersey. And Anime NYC, November 18th to the 20th, Jacobs K. Javits Center in New York City. All right, and now that we got that out the way, we're going to get into the part of the show that y'all really like to hear about, is a Geek Roundtable. This is where we talk more about the geekier aspects of our week, and we kind of show off cool stuff. So take it away, Mako-chan. And we can't hear you.
I was trying to get Damien.
Oh, you had me think there's a problem with the microphone and I'm just like, not again.
No, I was just trying to get Damien Pern, and it just wasn't happening. Anyway,
Cat's like, no.
Yeah. So, Geek Roundtable, today I bombard you with not supernatural stuff. That's technically supernatural stuff. I'm sorry. Yeah, so not this past year's Gish, but the Gish before. Their theme was, like, their little mascot was the beeline. And not a lot of people liked the design of the mascot because, it's a cat bee. But when the prices of the plushie came down, I had to have one. So, yeah, I got myself a beeline. Not a feline, not a bee, a beeline.
See, when you mention beeline, I keep thinking of the bus system in Westchester that I used to take all the time because it was called the beeline system.
Pod culture, I kind of already have it.
Oh my god.
What?
What is wrong with you?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let me enjoy my obsessions. You can enjoy yours.
See, but I don't obsess like that like you do.
Oh, you don't obsess like I do.
Damn right I don't.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll go with that, Ranma. We'll believe that one.
You can. That is God's honest.
how many Venus
Say
dolls
what?
do you have? How many Love Live dolls do you have?
I can tell you this right now. I have about 20 different pieces of Sailor Venus merch on the top shelf of the display case, but I do not worship them like the way you worship Supernatural, and that can be said about my Love Live figurines, okay?
I don't
I'm right.
I don't worship. I obsess.
That too.
Yeah, obsession
And
is different.
Do obsess over Sailor Moon stuff.
You do.
No, I do not.
You do.
Oh, please.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time I obsessed over something Sailor Moon related?
That you obsessed?
The last time they had a merch drop that you really liked.
I don't even remember the last merch drop that they had.
It was a figurine. It was a figurine of some sort because I do remember you showing us Sailor Venus. I do remember that.
Because I bought it and I showed it off for Geek Roundtable.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
My Supernatural stuff. I buy it and I show it off for Geek Roundtable.
Yeah, but you're kind of a little bit more over on the deep end when it comes to Supernatural. Me, when it comes to Sailor Moon and Sailor Venus, I'm kind of chilling on the 4 feet side, with my feet in the water, And Cedar Mary is asking if I bought the Sailor Venus cat figure that Right Stuff has. No, I did not. I had no idea about it, but I'm probably not going to buy it anyway, so I'm focusing on paying off the credit card bill from the last couple of hotel stays, so,
Ah, that's fair.
Yep.
You can't tell me that if you did not have a bigger place of your own, right, however you wanted to, that
You'd
you
have
would
a
not have
whole
a
room.
shrine to Sailor Venus.
Actually, no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would not. If I had
you
a
wouldn't even
big...
have like a Venus themed room or anything.
Actually,
I would. Fuck it up.
Do I look like Brady to you?
Brady, who's Brady?
Oh. Brady was a friend of me and Mako's.
Oh,
If you thought I obsess over Sailor Moon, I'm like a fly in the water compared to her, okay? This is a woman who actually had a room dedicated to Sailor Moon, along with having a Christmas tree up all year round. She had all of it. This was a woman that dropped almost all of her money on Sailor Moon merch, okay?
Okay.
Unfortunately, when she lost the house, she lost the merch.
Ouch.
Yeah, it probably was sitting in a storage container somewhere, which probably got auctioned off. So but that's exactly what it is. Now, again, if I had a bigger place, I would have a secondary display cabinet up, and you can't see behind my clothes, but behind the clothes is a makeshift shelf of all the anime figurine merch that I have purchased over the last 2.5 years that are still in the boxes. They would be out on display. That's it.
Oh my god, those cats are fucking adorable.
And I'm going to check out this link from that Cedarberry has sent. And I've seen these. I've seen these on Otaku Mode.
Those cats are adorable.
That is so cute.
Maybe? I don't know.
I like the Sailor Venus one, and I think I like the is that supposed to be Mars?
Yes.
I like that one, but the others, I don't know.
I don't know. I like Jupiter.
Jupiter's kind of cute.
Of course
I
you'd
don't know
like
what it is.
Jupiter.
Of course I like Jupiter
Mhm.
because I obsess over Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Funny thing that.
Mm.
I am perfectly okay with discussing my obsessions. Because there's nothing wrong with being obsessed with crap.
It's true.
Mhm.
It's very true.
As long as I don't put myself in the poorhouse buying
Yeah,
crap.
exactly.
Exactly.
That's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, I saw these on Otaku Mode. They're actually supposed to come out this month, so I like them, but at the same time, it's like it's like the Q Posket figures. At first, I didn't like them, and then I saw the larger versions, and I'm like, you know what? I'll get a couple of those. But then there is another figurine brand, and I looked at them like, I don't like the pull-up dolls. I don't like them. I actually know a couple of
Dolls
people
are
that
a little meh.
yeah,
Yeah, those are a little creepy.
exactly.
Yeah.
And Pod Culture says I'm getting defensive over my obsessions. No, I am not. I am not. Just so you know, we can keep this up all night, but we actually have an agenda to cover.
we should, yes. I was
Yeah.
going to say we should probably move on.
Yeah. So, what you been up to, Barry Mellon?
Well, for those who have been interested in anything game related, the character that I have to the right of me is my MMO character. You can see a very similar resemblance. Hopefully, I mean, I did design her to look like me, so
I can see that. It's like
yeah.
It's
Just a tiny bit.
It's like a cross between you, Ray Hino, and Ariel from Dr. Slump.
I could see Ariel from Dr. Slump, but yeah, basically it is it's Ghibli art, so it's Ghibli art, so it's very much in that vein. I have since made this whole outfit except for the cat headpiece. Currently the bag is in process, so I will basically have the outfit to wear, which is kind of cool. And I basically be Barry Mellon cosplaying as Barry Mellon, which is going to be kind of fun.
That's pretty cool. And it's kind of interesting you bring that up because every Monday night, basically for like the last, for like the last almost 3 years, me and Kuro Hikari-chan, we've been playing Borderlands, all of the Borderland games, and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. And we just finished that. And we just finished all the DLC. So I'm talking to her about... what other games are we going to do? Because I'm not playing WoW. She might want to jump on the FF14 because I know it's free up to level 60, something like that. But I also suggested Phantasy Star Online 2, which is free to play. You can play it you can play that on PC or Xbox, but this Tower of Fantasy game, I mean, if you're playing it Monday nights, we could probably join you or something like that. Just send me info about it. And even if we can't...
I can send you information on it. I'm in part of a crew, but the problem is I don't play it as much anymore. Like I had to pare down to like one main game, and then like every now and then I'll jump onto it very casually.
Oh, I thought that was a weekly game that go along with your Ni no Kuni.
No, it is definitely it's kind of in a line of its own. There's a whole crew that I'm part of. It's like it's another one of those things where it's like a guild hierarchy. So it's definitely just another group game. It's just I was like, okay, I'm trying to play too many things, and then I got into Minecraft, and I went hard into gaming. Okay, guys, it was a problem. But I mean, otherwise, it's pretty good.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, that's cool. All right. So now we got that out the way. Let's kick off tonight's show and talk about one of the most overhyped IPs I have seen since, I don't know, Chainsaw Man. And I hope this anime does good because this anime has been overhyped for like the last 6 months.
So, Chainsaw Man is winning the Harvey Award for Best Manga second year in a row. Tatsuki Fujimoto's Chainsaw Man won the Best Manga Award at this year's Harvey Awards, becoming the first title to do so 2 years in a row. Last year, it managed to beat some fan favorite titles such as Spy X Family, and this time around the situation was the same. The manga began serialization of the second part in July, and its new volume was set to release this month, along with a trailer. The anime adaptation of the work premieres on October 11th, and you can check it out. The first part of the Chainsaw Man manga originally ran from 2018 to 2020 and ended after 97 chapters and 11 volumes. As stated, though, the 12th volume was released on October 4th, and Viz Manga is publishing it, which is translated by Amanda Haley and describes the plot as Denji's a poor young man who'll do anything for money, even hunting down devils with his pet devil Pochita. He's a simple man with simple dreams, drowning under a mountain of debt. But his sad life gets turned upside down one day when he's betrayed by someone he trusts. Now, with the power of the devil inside him, Denji's becomes a whole new man. Chainsaw Man. I can't say that I've actually checked out this series yet.
Neither have I.
So no spoilers. But I mean, honestly, I don't care about spoilers. But yeah, I haven't checked it out yet. I haven't heard much about it, honestly.
Yeah, the thing is, I've been hearing about this for like the last 6 months, and I'm just like, when is this anime coming out? And it's like, and then up until recently, they finally announced a date. I'm just like, with all this hype this series is getting, I hope it's really worth it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what else do we have here. One of my favorite animes of 2022 is getting a third season, which surprised the hell out of me because I just watched the final episode of the season finale last night, and it's like it all makes sense because every Love Live series is always 2 seasons. Now, Superstar is getting a third season. So, and I'm really curious how this is going to play out. So I'm kind of excited for it. So now they're doing, so basically the Love Life staff Twitter account announced production has started for season 3, and they're doing general public auditions for the newest member of the up-and-coming idol group Lealia. Okay, so if we're reading this part, here's a spoiler. The main character, Kanan Shibuya, leaves Lealia, leaves her school to study abroad in Vienna because her singing voice is so good that they're giving her a free ride for her final year of high school. At first, she didn't want to, but her friends were like, you should do this. Make your dream come true. And that's basically the long and short. But I do like the fact that this season, the fact that they actually had a rival, kind of kicked things up. So, we have a third season. They're going to be doing auditions for a new voice. I think that's going to be pretty cool. And unfortunately, it's going to be a while before we even see it. So, for those of you who don't know, this is basically how Crunchyroll describes the series. The first students have arrived at Yugioka Girls High School, a new academy built on the crossroads of Omotesando, Harajuku, and Aoyama. With no history, no upperclassmen to rely on, and no name to speak of, this school is totally starting from scratch. In the midst of this, a team of 5 girls, led by Kanan Shibuya, discover school idols. I love singing. I really do. And I want to accomplish something with it. So the hopes of these stars, still small in stature, begin to accumulate, and so begins the school idol project of 5 girls with a blank slate and infinite potential. So, the first season it was 5 members. Season 2 expanded to 9 members when the first year class came in. So now they're second years. So, and I'll say this. I kind of feel Superstar kind of went a slightly different way as opposed to original Sunshine and Nijigasaki. So I do like where this is going. So can't wait. And Natsumi is such a fucking gremlin. All right, next up we have Pokemon.
Well, sort of. So for those that don't know, Splatoon 3 finally dropped, and with that means more Splat-Fest. So they have announced that the Splat-Fest that is going to start and is scheduled for November 11th is actually going to be a collaboration with Pokemon over the new games Scarlet and Violet. So, it looks like it is going to be fire, grass, and water based off of the 3 starter Pokemon. So it's going to start November 11th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And you have to pick your team. So Inklings and Octolings get to pick their favorite starter Pokemon type from Fire, Water, and Grass and duke it out with the other 2 teams to find out which will be the very best. This is the second Pokemon-themed Splatfest after the Pokemon Red versus Pokemon Blue Splatfest in the original Splatoon back in 2016. Pokemon Blue won that round. So, yeah. Looking forward to it. I don't have the game. I am looking forward to watching, though.
Yeah, my friend, she has a Splatoon 3. She is absolutely obsessed with it. So she actually gave me a copy of the second game, which I do play, but I've been starting to play more of the actual story mode than the actual online. So
yeah, I have Splatoon 2, and I was in the story mode and doing all of those quests to try and raise my level, because trying to play with certain people makes it very difficult to play are a lower level character because they have such pretty and cool weapons.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
So it makes it a little bit difficult, but also just to be playing against people that constantly play the game.
I can't do that. I mean,
no, I think I'm level 12 in the game, so it makes it very difficult to play with people that are level 70 or 80.
I think I'm around the same level as you in the game.
Yeah, I know I'm not very high in the game, level high. Yeah, I think I've played it a couple of times, but that's not even one of the games that I've been focusing on. So.
No, I totally get that.
And now I'm sucked into Disney, so it doesn't matter.
You consumer whore.
It is such a fun game. I've watched a couple of people on Twitch play it, and I had to. It's so cute.
Okay, fair. All right. While Mako continues to plot her world domination through this Disney game, Barry, what's going on with Cardcaptor Sakura, the Clear Card manga?
So, the Cardcaptor manga, the Clear Card manga is listed as ending in the 14th volume, which is a bit bittersweet. Amazon's listing of the cover image of the 13th volume of Clamp's Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card manga lists the manga will end in the 14th volume, which is slated to release next year in 2023. Clamp launched the sequel manga to Kodansha's Nakayoshi magazine in June 2016, and Kodansha will publish the 13th volume on October 13th. A special version of the volume bundles 3 acrylic stands. The Kodansha USA Publishing is releasing the manga digitally and in print in English and will release the 12th volume on October 18th. The company describes the series, Guided by the Key of Dreams, Sakura embarks on new adventures. With over 15 million copies in print in Japan alone, plus translation in over a dozen languages, the original Cardcaptor Sakura is an international phenomenon you can't miss. And now the long-awaited new chapter begins. It is spring, with the cherry trees in full blossom, and Sakura is just entering middle school. Her beloved Sioran has returned from Hong Kong, and life couldn't be better. But when she awakens from a strange dream to find her Sakura cards powerless, how can she protect Tomoeda from the disaster? Crunchyroll is also releasing the manga digitally as a simulpub in English. The manga has inspired a television anime that aired from January to June 2018 for 22 episodes, and Crunchyroll streamed the series as it aired in Japan. Funimation streamed in English dub, and Funimation released the anime on home video in 2019 and 2020. The Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card Hen Happiness Memory smartphone game launched in October 2019, and it ended service in June 2020, which is kind of, it seems pretty par on the lifestyle for phone games based on anime franchises.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we have here. Ah, something that's up my alley, and if I had time, I'd actually start playing this game again, but I might just start buying the packs and just to collect them. It's Magic the Gathering, and I used to play back in the day, back when a Legends pack ran you $15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it looks like we're getting Final Fantasy and Transformer cards. What? Wizards of the Coast announced last Saturday. Was it? Yeah. 15 Transformer cards are joining the game's The Brothers War expansion set. Each card is double-sided to display each character's robot and alternate modes. And each character will be available in their standard incarnation and their alternate Shattered Glass Universe incarnation. The featured characters include Optimus Prime, Starscream, Soundwave, Slicer, Goldbug, and Flame War. But they couldn't get Megatron. The Brothers War expansion will release on November 18th. Wizards of the Coast also announced on Tuesday that it had signed new partnership deals with the Final Fantasy and Assassin's Creed game franchises. The new cards are expected to release sometime in 2024. Wizards of the Coast launched Magic the Gathering back in 1993. I think I jumped in the game around 95? I think it was called 3rd edition. Yeah. The popular card game has previously collaborated with The Walking Dead, Stranger Things, Street Fighter, and Fortnite, among other popular franchises. Let me see if I can pull up a picture here real quick and drop it in the chat. Let's see if I can do this. I think this will work. I need to fix and update this. Okay. And there it is. You can't see it too well, but you can see Optimus Prime here and the Shattered Glass version at the top. And at the bottom, you see Starscream along with his Shattered Glass alternate there too. And on a side note, Pod Culture's let us know it looks like there's going to be a Doctor Who set as well. More cards I have to get my hands on.
That one.
Say what?
I will be collecting those.
Oh, yes, definitely. Let's see, let's close that out. All right. And the last story here.
Yeah.
I know fan bases are chaotic, but damn.
Yeah, so this one is pretty bad. In an interview...
You think?
In an interview with Shueisha Online, Golden Kamuy manga creator Satoru Noda has finally caved to readers who demanded a ranking of the characters' penis sizes. He remarked that among the 2,200 questions he received for the fan book that he wrote, the most popular request was for a penis size ranking. Perverts, he thought. In any case, he delivered.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, in addition to ranking the top 10, the number one being Ushiyama, in addition, he stated that Sugimoto, Ogata, Usami, and Hijikata and Koito are all average size, while Shiriashi is slightly smaller than average. As a final nugget of information, Botaru's body is tall and slender, and that is also reflected in his penis. Of course, he goes on to say it's not just pure size that matters, it's how you wield it. So he obviously answered other questions that made it into the fan book, like his favorite moments, his favorite anecdotes. He addresses his intentions with representing Ainu culture in the series, stating that he wanted the story to be an entertaining adventure tale first and foremost, so that it could properly serve as a gateway to readers. He hopes that he represented the culture positively, while depicting the individuals fairly as humans with both good and bad traits. So there you have it. You can, go and find his interview and read it in order to get the penis sizes of the characters in this manga. Because, holy crap.
When you said it's how you wield it, only one thing came to mind. Your Schwartz is just as big as mine, but do you know how to handle it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely on the same wavelength for that one.
Yeah, the Schwartz is strong with this one.
Strong is understatement of the week.
not for nothing. Not for nothing. Obviously, there have been certain other series where things are rated more in the series itself, i.e., Makoto and her talent.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, it's just.
Yeah, but it wasn't about the talent in the dub, whereas in the subtitle, she just straight out said, I'm just bigger. I have bigger tits.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I was using a euphemism.
Excuse me, princess.
That way, I wouldn't have to add tits while I'm talking about dicks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my fault that the whole freaking article was just covered in penises.
It's not like it slapped you in the face.
Like an airdrop at a large concert.
I'm waiting for something like that to happen at a con. Like, while everybody's
right.
while everybody is sitting down for the masquerade. Bing.
Well, everybody is sitting down at the masquerade. Everybody.
Oh no!
Series just gets up on.
Don't put that idea in anybody's heads. Oh no!
And they have their own contest right there.
Yeah.
See, no, if you're going to do it right at a con,
you sell tickets first.
Well, that's...
You include your business card.
I was going to say, if you're going to do it right at a con masquerade, you gotta pixelate it.
Oh my gosh. I can't. You guys are degenerates.
Look,
just give everybody socks and let them go on their way.
See, at that point, you have to put a JAV code on there, and I guarantee you, at least one person is going to be Google searching for that video. At least one.
You are correct, Kagome 41088. There is no God here. Yeah, there hasn't been in a long time. I don't know what you expect. This is not church.
God
We
said,
don't have any organized religion in this house.
This is the bus to hell. There is no God here.
Casper, what is God? Oh.
what's a God? No, God is basically saying, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, basically.
It depends on what God you're talking about. Think of
That's
a
true.
couple of
That's true as
different
well.
gods would look at this and go, "Oh hell yeah!"
Yeah, they're very amused by our antics.
And Kagome 1488 says, only angels, panty, and stocking. Those good for nothing angels.
They are pretty good. They are pretty
This
good
is
for
a little
nothing
bit
angels.
more demonic than that.
Say what?
Mhm.
So this is a little bit more demonic than that.
Well, that's true.
But the first convention that has this done, I would like tickets.
Oh my gosh, Mako.
Just let me know if I need to bring my magnifying glass.
Oh my god.
No. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, if there's a winner, there's also a loser.
Mako.
Good.
Look, you broke him. He is broken. He's...
Okay, good night, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, next week. See you later.
All right, Barry, you're no innocent yourself. You know you want to be there too. Not to look, but just for the chaos.
Just for obviously, it's good. It's good. It's a good mischief. Well, it's not great mischief. I personally wouldn't want to receive any of that stuff. But if there were people, consenting adults, that were into that kind of shenanigans, yes.
And Pod Culture says,
You're going to be helping me sell tickets. Don't worry.
oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
I would be. Am I getting volunteered for this?
No. Two things.
You can stay at the door. Carry.
I can stay at the door. What?
If you don't want to watch all the action, you are more than welcome to stay at the door and collect the money. I'll go have.
Okay, I do enjoy money. Yes. Okay. This enables my cosplay habit. I agree to sell tickets at the door. Yes, and check IDs because that's important.
Two things. One, Pod Culture says, depends on who grows and who shows. And number two. And number two.
Oh my god.
If you're in a competition, you want it to look the best. So if you're waiting for it to grow, you're gone already. Sorry.
And Barry, remember, you didn't volunteer. You were voluntold.
Yeah, I was basically volunteered.
And make sure you wear plastic gloves when you're collecting the cash.
That's so gross.
So does that mean we need a splash?
I'm gonna imagine that it's sweaty. I'm gonna just imagine that it's sweaty because I cannot any other. No, it's sweat. Summer heat at a con.
Quote unquote sweat.
The worst.
And what did you say, Mako?
We'll have to invest in a splash guard.
Oh my god. Don't you start Pod Culture. I see you in the chat saying that is not lotion.
I'm dead.
So enjoy kill the people. It's fun.
To follow up with Pod Culture said about it not being lotion, it puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
No, we're not doing Hannibal here.
It's a Gallagher show. Everybody has to supply their own shield guards. And if you come in with a hammer, we'll make sure to sign it for you.
And I'm guaranteeing you that I am not the melon in this particular instance. Oh, see, I got Mako with that one. I feel good about myself.
Yeah, but Barry, the girls are well rounded.
Oh my god! I'm gonna come through this screen and I'm gonna punch you.
Is that a promise or is that a threat?
Oh, you know what? We've got more stories to cover. Okay.
If you
And
think
you're thirsty.
if you think this is something,
I need a hydrate.
Come on.
Somebody's thirsty in chat. We need a hydrate alert. Like now. Somebody. I'm flustered. I can't get on it. Give me a second. I'm trying to find it. Where the hell is it? Here it is. Freaking hot, thirsty ass chat.
Barry Mellon over here clutching their pearls.
Oh my gosh. If I was wearing pearls, I would clutch them. Yes.
Pod Culture says, "Don't bring Mogwai. They can't get wet."
I feel like that's a lot of people's problem though. So.
Heyo.
Anyway, let's
In my
continue
mind-
on to another thing that apparently
With that, I'm sorry.
what?
My brain went completely somewhere else with that.
I
Well,
know it did. It's fine.
Well, since we're already here,
Yeah, I know, right? That's my segue was into the next stories.
Well, I was just, Pod Culture says they can't get wet, but you can't feed them after midnight either.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
So they can't be by the stage either.
What? No, Bonds, yes, you are correct. The episode tonight is
Only rated R? Damn. I was trying. I was trying for that NC-17.
rated R for racy. Ooh.
Yeah, do I need to say dicks a couple more times?
Let's see. Can we? Do we have a rating for like curse words?
I didn't put that rating on, but that Mako-chan, that was terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself.
It was, but if they're there and they're hungry and things are flying and
If the dicks are there and they're hungry, or
well, if it's
What?
not lotion, it's something else.
no, stop my I was trying to be silly, man. You went a horrible direction. No.
Oh my.
Chock full of protein and vitamins.
Stop. No, okay, see, okay. Let's move on. Can we get the what's the segue? It's like the things that you guys stay here for.
Meanwhile, in Japan.
Meanwhile in Japan. Let's move on.
Just
shall we?
so you know, Pod Culture has
Have
rated this
pizza.
show P for pervert.
I
Oh
know.
my God,
no,
Pod
no,
Culture.
stop.
Keto. It's a keto diet. Oh God.
I'm gluten free. Yay!
No. Oh my God. I can't even. You guys are the worst.
Rated H for hentai. Moving right along. And I think Mako-chan gets the first article.
I would
get the
agree.
First one? Okay,
Yes.
I'll take the first one.
You get the first one. Oh.
It's very fitting for everything else that we've spoken of.
Exactly.
That's the segue was for.
So, in Japan, last Wednesday, there was a call because there was a silver attaché case by the side of the road in the neighborhood with its owner nowhere to be found. Which is weird enough on its own, but the case was also partially obscured in the roadside bushes, suggesting that whoever had placed it there may have been trying to hide it. Unattended and concealed packages raise all sorts of suspicions, and so the police decided to dispatch the bomb squad to deal with it. Well, after shutting down traffic with a 300-meter area, which is almost 1,000 feet, the team of experts set up on the on-site command post to diagnose the threat and, if necessary, disarm the case. Well, the discharge happened long before the investigators were on the scene,
Oh no.
because the case did not contain a bomb, but instead a bunch of sex toys.
Brown
In
chicken,
total,
brown
traffic
cow.
shut down for about 3 hours, but thankfully and obviously, no injuries occurred. Yeah. So not a bomb. These are comments from online. Not a bomb, but still discharge related. I'm sure whoever forgot their attaché case there is really hard up right now. I mean, they should have enough residual DNA evidence to figure out who the owner is. My friend just texted me to say, "Hey, dude, they found your case." Yeah. So anyway, while police haven't publicly speculated on the motive, it's possible that it is due to Japan's trash regulations. Due to
Oh,
the
yeah.
the classification system for different types of garbage, it's very difficult for you to pick a category that sex toys would fall under because plastics have to be separated from metals and have to be separated from batteries and electronics. And yeah, add in that most Japanese trash bags are clear or at least translucent. It's not hard to imagine that the owner either didn't know which day to put them out, or didn't want any of his neighbors to see him setting a bag of used sex toys out on the curb.
And that's all she wrote.
I'm just trying to. I'm questioning what type of sex toys they were.
Well, you are the connoisseur.
Well, yeah, but I mean, are they sex toys that have to be, thrown out? Were they used too much? Were they broken? Was it just a battery-related thing? Did somebody?
I don't understand why it has to be thought about that deeply. I feel like well, considering if you segueing to this particular.
Well, think about it this way. Think about okay, there's no sex toys in the attaché case. It's dishes. Why is somebody throwing out dishes in an attaché case? Is it because they didn't feel like doing the dishes, that they're dirty? Is it because they're broken? Like, these are the questions I think about. So whether or not it's dishes or sex toys, those are the questions I'm going to think about. Why did somebody throw out an entire case filled with sex toys?
So, I would say, yeah, I think you're in the right vein of things where it's definitely a situation of why. And the fact that they're getting DNA evidence to find the person from this is very telling.
Insert theme from CSI here.
Anywho, I will take the second story.
Glasses at night.
Say what?
I said, excuse me while I wear my sunglasses at night.
Are you gonna pull a Horatio and make like a really good, smart?
I think I've made enough puns today. Okay.
On that note, another way to blow your mind into space in this instance, a Shiga woman was defrauded 4.4 million yen by asking for money to fly down from the ISS to marry her. Ground control to major fraud. International romance scams are a growing problem around the world, and this is when the fraudster assumes the identity of an eligible bachelor or bachelorette on social media and preys on people's sense of loneliness and to drain them of money by asking for money for transportation costs to meet, deal with medical emergencies, or any other fantastical reason. And they don't get much more fantastical than a case that occurred in Shiga Prefecture earlier this year. According to Shiga Prefectural Police, on the 28th of June, a 65-year-old resident of Higashiomi City met a man on social media who claimed to be a foreign national working on the International Space Station. The woman then got into a deep communication with the man over a messaging app Line, and he began telling her things such as, "I want to move to Japan and start a new life. Even if I say it 1,000 times, it won't be enough, but I'll keep saying it. I love you. And eventually, will you marry me when I come to Japan?" And then, sometime around August, the man requested money to return to Earth. According to his story, life on the ISS is a pay-your-own-way deal, and he needed to cover the cost of a rocket back and landing fees.
Wow.
What the hell? That does not sound believable at all. It would seem neither the criminal nor the victim were aware that rockets were only used to leave Earth's gravity, as gravity usually brings people back free of charge. Complying with his request, the woman made 5 bank transfers over 5 days, totaling about 4.4 million yen, or $30,000, to cover her lover's return flight to Earth. However, when he continued to ask for money, she grew suspicious and eventually filed a police report. It's hard not to feel bad for a person who is obviously so caught up in wanting something to be true that it costs them dearly. As such, there was a lot of sympathy online, while others still couldn't help poking fun at the brazen absurdity of the fraud. This is even beyond an international romance scam. These criminals are getting really outlandish with their plots. An Earth landing for 4.4 million is pretty cheap. It's a real-life space opera. I wonder why 4.4 million was the magic number to get her suspicious. Love really is blind. Unfortunately, given the anonymity and likelihood that the scammer, while earthbound, wasn't even in country to begin with, justice may be very difficult to serve in this instance. That's why Shiga police are reminding everyone that prevention is key and never transfer money to anyone that you meet on social media. This goes doubly true for people claiming to be astronauts and famous billionaires who can't spell their own name right.
Well, now. All right. Mako, would you like to take the next one since it's in your wheelbarrow, and I'll take the last one?
Yeah, sure.
All right, go for it.
I mean, sorry guys, it's not perverted.
It's okay. Just this time.
I can't help that all the time. So, this year, as of October 14th, will be the 150th anniversary of the opening of the very first train line in Japan. To celebrate that, they have decided to collaborate with Pokémon. So what is going on is that the Pokémon Company and East Japan Railway Company, aka JR East, are teaming up for a special event called Let's Find the 150 Pokémon Hidden in the Station. Full points for accuracy in the name, as the original 150 Gen 1 Pokémon will be appearing at 16 different stations in East Japan, waiting for fans to come and snap pictures of them. The event will kick off on October 14th at the site of the original Shimbashi Station, which is now a historically preserved building in Tokyo, as well as a bunch of other active stations, including some in Saitama Prefecture, Nagano, Akita, and then by the end of November, the Pokemon will continue on to other stations in Tokyo, Chiba, Miyagi, Yamagata, and so on. Much like within the Pokemon games and anime, finding all 150 species is probably going to be a tough challenge. So, some of them will be difficult, some of them will not be difficult, but if you are traveling around Japan from October 14th until late March, go ahead and attempt to find them all.
You did that one on purpose.
What? Gotta catch them all.
I know. All right, so our last story of the night, I think this was from last week, but we kind of saved it for this week. So, there is an English-speaking only bar that opens in Osaka and Tokyo. Yellow cards for those who don't follow the rules. So, this should be quite interesting, you know? Let's see what's going on here. All right, let's see. Let me pull this up. There we go. Bar Sick is only open to English speakers. In Japanese schools, English is a compulsory subject, but once students graduate, it can be hard for them to find opportunities to use the language they've spent so many years learning. Here to help with that is Shibuya-based company Cloud & Co., who've come up with the idea to open 2 bars in Japan, one in Osaka and one in Tokyo, where speaking English is compulsory. Called Bar Sick, or Sick for short, is a new drinking holes strictly English speaking only, with staff consisting mostly of bilingual women in their 20s, with native level English conversation skills. Presumably, the name of the bar comes from the slang meaning of sick, referring to something that's particularly great or impressive, rather than the literal meaning of the word. That sounds pretty cool. Japanese is completely banned at both bars, and anyone who does accidentally speak Japanese will be yellow carded as a warning. Those who rack up a certain number of yellow cards, the bar has specified how many, will be required to purchase and down a tequila shot as punishment. Non-alcoholic drinkers won't be able to escape punishment either, as they'll have to buy and down a non-alcoholic shot instead. Okay, sounds good.
I appreciate that they have options for non-alcoholics.
Definitely. This strict enforcement of the rules is said to help create an environment where patrons have to speak English, just as they would when visiting a bar in an English-speaking country overseas. Makes sense. The bars are set to operate on a time-based all-you-can-drink system, with patrons at the Tokyo location charge 3,000 yen, which is a little bit over $20 for a half hour, and those at the Osaka location, 1,500 yen for 30 minutes. Now, I don't know. I think it's a little pricey. I'm just saying, comparing it to how many beers I can drink in a half hour, and prices I've paid, but maybe they're like 4 ounces, and definitely I'm all for that. This may sound pricey, but for those who want to improve their English skills in a real-life setting, it's a small price to pay for free English conversation and unlimited drinks, especially when language schools in Japan charge a similar amount for English tuition without any drinks or relaxed banter. No prior reservations are required, and patrons won't have to invest in any textbooks or learning material before their visit. Simply walk in, grab a drink, and let your English flow. Both bars will be open as of October 1st, which it already is. And I'm hoping when I make my way to Japan next year, the bar is still there. I would love to definitely check it out. I gotta clean up this mess now. Thanks, Mako-chan.
I'm sorry, the guys got out of hand.
I think by now, if Ari was on the show, he probably would have had a stroke.
Potentially.
Oh, there he is. He's in the chat right there. Time to get our money's worth. Hey, Ari. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap up the show. Oh, man. What a freaking mess. So if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on. We're independent bloggers. We're independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So what we like and don't like, we can tell you how it is. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that's podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Let's see what else we have here. There we go. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com. On that site, you will find our weekly podcast, anime reviews, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplay reviews, link to our YouTube page for convention coverage, links to our Facebook page of cosplay convention coverage, editorials, and a whole lot more at animejamsession.com. Don't forget, you can check out our podcast in audio listening format on any podcasting app that you may use, like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, you name it, you can find it. Just search Anime Jam Session and check out all of our episodes. And if you can, leave a 5-star review. We'd really appreciate that as well. And don't forget, down here, we have our links to our social media. Follow us on our YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook pages, just so you know when we're going live, when articles are going up, and when we have our VODs up as well. And down below here, where you're participating with us, is our links to our tip jar. You can click on our stream elements or our Ko-Fi if you want to throw us cash, which is pretty cool. If not, you can cheer us on with bits. We would love that too. Or you can also subscribe to the channel and give out gift subscriptions. We'd love that as well. And now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I am going for my 8-hour nap.
Last words, Berry Melon.
Well, I'm going to dip back into the internet we call life, and I will see you guys next time.
My last words. I stumbled across this Poppy. It's a probiotic soda. It's actually really good. Because I'm looking for something different, because I'm starting to realize on Tuesday nights, buying 20-ounce bottles of soda, I can't finish them with my dinner, so looking for something different. It actually tastes pretty good. So that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Next week, it'll just be me and Ari talking about another anime convention. And then after that is business as usual. So that's it. I'm Ranma.
I'm Mako-chan.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Night.
Jamatane.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Perfect. Awesome. We're out of here. See you next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!